So we'll go ahead and do quarterbacks first here real quick. The top 10, Aaron Rodgers at 1, Mahomes at 2, Josh Allen at 3, Tom Brady at 4, Joe Burrow at 5, Matthew Stafford at 6, Justin Herbert at 7, Russell Wilson at 8, Deshaun Watson at 9, and Dak Prescott at 10.
Well, I already know where you're gonna.
So I have a couple things here. Do you guys think Rodgers at 1 is okay?
Yes, but I don't think it's going to show this year with his wide receiver room.
It depends, because when I look at this, I go, who is a guy that I trust, that the number one guy, if I can have any quarterback go out there and win me a game, and in the regular season, it's for sure Rodgers. But then, I guess if it's the playoffs, do you want Tom Brady? I'm a big fan of Josh Allen. I'm a big fan of Patrick Mahomes. Look at some of the names behind that. Look what Matt Stafford did just with a good roster. So, don't get me wrong, Aaron Rodgers, stud. And I don't think, he's back-to-back MVP. You can't really argue that that's not a good pick, right there at 1. But
I think when it comes to those top 4 guys, the 2 young guys, the 2 vets, I think you could rearrange those in any order, and you're not going to be wrong. You could put Mahomes first. You could put Allen, Brady, Rodgers. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But you got to put you have to put somebody at 1, somebody at 2, and so on and so forth. So I'm good with the quarterback. Top 10 didn't really bug me too much.
We'll get there. So to me, it's tough not to have Rodgers at 1 when he's back-to-back MVP.
Yeah,
right.
And it's tough not to say he's not still the best because, he makes every throw still. And then Mahomes and Allen. Allen could maybe be better than Mahomes, but I don't know. It's so close.
Yeah,
I guess it depends. We'll see this year if one of them takes a leap. Tom Brady at 4 it's crazy. I'm a little, I'm not crazy because I don't think he's good. It's just crazy that he's.
Is that what you're
40,
saying?
45
or
whatever.
50 years old.
Bro,
he's still in the top 10.
I think he has an argument to be number 1 if it's based on his career.
And I think it's for
he led the league
time
last year.
He'd be number 1 for sure.
I think it's for this year, but he led the league in passing every year since he went to the Bucs, I'm pretty sure. In yards at least.
Touchdowns too last year.
Yep.
I think it's a little weird to have Burrow and Stafford ranked this way when Stafford just outdueled Burrow in the Super Bowl.
And Stafford his career is good. He's been a very
It wasn't
great
his fault.
quarterback.
It wasn't his fault in Detroit.
He threw 17. I guess you could say he threw 17 picks last year, but he threw 50 touchdowns.
He was in a new system, brand new team.
So
you're going to see quarterbacks throw more picks when they first get in that new team.
The only argument I could say for that is for Joe Burrow. Maybe it's the upside because this dude is super young and he's already given you success immediately.
So I'll say this: do you think Deshaun at 9 is right?
Is it based off his career? Is it based off what he did last year?
Well, that's
where I look at these. We kind of touched on it the last episode, and I was like, if this is based on last year, and this is crazy to say because the last time we saw Deshaun Watson, he was a top 5 quarterback.
Yes.
So to me, it's absolutely he should be in the top 10. But if this is based on last year, no. He should be out.
I think it's a little recency bias on whoever's putting these together too. Because
I think it's based on
if they play every game, what are we going to see?
Yeah, I think it's how good they are going to be this year.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. Joe Burrow, like you said, awesome player. But I do think the last time we saw Deshaun Watson play, it's so easy to forget how great he is.
Oh, dude. Top 5, easy.
Yeah, I would have Deshaun at 5. And then Burrow, and then you could put Burrow at 6, Stafford at 7, Herbert at 8. To me, Dak Prescott at 10 is the most laughable thing I've ever seen.
I knew it.
That is the most laughable thing I've ever seen in my life. He is not the 10th best quarterback. It's not. That is insane. To not have Lamar at 10 over Dak is crazy. It's absolutely.
So
crazy.
who's number 10, Lamar or Derek Carr?
To me, Derek Carr.
Your other boy.
I think it is great, and we have a reputation on the show for talking about how Lamar
is a really good running back.
Correct. Here's the thing: is he's he completely changes your defensive game plan. You can't game plan for Lamar Jackson.
You really can't.
Until it comes to the playoffs, but that's different. But no, I'm okay with Lamar at 10 if Dak is out. I've argued that in the past. I'm okay with that because I think based on what talent was around both guys, Lamar did more with less.
Here's the thing: is in this article it's quoted a good but not great QB. How are we putting him at 10
For Dak?
For Dak. It's just, I mean, listen, I make fun of Lamar for being a running back, blah, 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 all that stuff too, because I'm a Browns fan. At the end of the day, the dude is an MVP, 37-12 record as a starter. And, I mean, he's won like 80% of his games. Him and Dak is, in terms of wins and stuff, I mean, he's won more games. The only thing Dak does is throw for more yards. Well, Lamar runs for more yards.
And their playoff record, we looked it up. I thought it was exactly the same, right? 1-3.
Something
They're
like
both 1-3.
Yeah. So to me, it is crazy.
If you have the same roster and you can choose a quarterback between those two, I'm definitely taking Lamar.
100%.
Without a doubt.
100%.
He's so dangerous.
To me, Dak should be 12, 13, something like that.
They were talking about it on one of the ESPN shows, and they said they weren't even – I want to say it was Bart Scott that said wasn't even a top 15 quarterback in the league. And I was like, whoa. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Let's look up the 32 starting quarterbacks real quick.
Oh.
Let's get crazy.
Let's do that.
Let's see if Bart Scott's onto something.
Bart Scott actually, he has some crazy hot takes.
We got to put some people at the bottom real quick so we can go Daniel Jones at 32.
Daniel Jones isn't the worst.
Who's the worst?
Sam Darnold.
I still think Baker's the starter there, but
let me see. So let me pull up NFL starting quarterbacks. I guess I could have just pulled up all the teams.
Yeah.
I think Dak's got to be top 13. I'll look it up, but I can't think of too many names that I put over him that aren't in the top 10.
So I'm taking Lamar.
Carr, Lamar, and
let's hear. I got all of them. I'm taking Lamar. I'm taking Josh Allen. I'm taking Joe Burrow. I'm taking Deshaun Watson. I'm taking Russell Wilson. And then I'm taking Pat Mahomes, Derek Carr, Justin Herbert. Then I'm taking. Okay, are you taking Trubisky or Dak?
Dak.
I think I'm taking Dak.
All right, this is great.
Are you taking Tannehill or are you taking Dak?
Dak.
Okay.
I like Tannehill though.
Kyler or Dak?
Dak.
I'm taking Kyler. And I don't even like Kyler that much. I'm taking Kyler. Are you taking Baker or are you taking Dak?
Dak.
Okay. You taking Justin Fields or Dak?
Dak.
Goff or Dak?
Dak.
Rodgers.
Why'd you even ask that?
Matthew Stafford. So we're to 11. Kirk Cousins.
I would take Dak.
I think they're like super similar.
That one is kind of tough.
That one's super. I mean, Kirk Cousins is like crazy. I mean, Dak wins more, but the stats wise, they're very similar. I feel like in terms of completion percentage, Dak gets a ton of yards, and Kirk Cousins got to play on a good team too. So that one's close. Jameis Winston, probably Dak.
That was the one that they said. He said Jameis Winston would be over Dak Prescott. And I was like, oh. It's like, look at the receivers he's going to throw to. And he was 5-2 last year before he got hurt.
I mean, this is true. That's another thing. It's so tough to evaluate some of these people because Dak has played with an embarrassment of riches his entire career. He got to play with prime Zeke. And then when Zeke got out of his prime, Tony Pollard's pretty good. He got to play with
Amari Cooper,
CeeDee Lamb,
Gallup.
Yep.
Gallup,
Schultz.
Yeah, I mean he's playing with. You take Jimmy G, you take Dak.
Dak.
Yeah, I take Dak.
What about Jalen Hurts?
Oh, Dak.
Yeah. I think it's.
We'll see this year.
Yeah,
we'll see this year.
What about Matt Ryan?
Yeah, I skipped him earlier.
Gonna throw that name out there.
I would still take Dak over Matt Ryan right now. I would too. For sure.
Who would you take?
Probably Dak.
It's close. Dak's younger. I think that's his biggest edge. Tom Brady.
Shut up. Keep going.
Carson Wentz.
Oh, Dak.
Probably Dak, yeah.
Okay, so based on that, Dak's he's fringe 15. So maybe Bart Scott's not that crazy. I just think, I don't know. Dak has got to play with a lot. of really good players.
Yeah, but you can't penalize the guy for his team. I mean, then you'd have to look at Joe Burrow and say, well, he's got T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and Tyler Boyd.
You're
and all
right.
these
And
guys.
Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And was one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Can I backtrack, even though we're not supposed to talk about this today? I'm actually really excited to see Winston this year. I'm not sold on the roster entirely, but I like his receivers, and he's thrown for 5,000 before.
You can sell me on the roster. The roster is, I think they're still very good on defense, and then their offense could be very good.
I think if Winston is rebounding from that injury, okay, I think he could surprise people this year.
Before I thought Watson was on the table, I texted Blake and said, let's trade for Amari, draft Chris Olave, and see if we can sign Winston.
We talked about Jameis Winston back before we had Deshaun Watson,
A lot of people hated us for it.
Hate away, baby.
So let us know what you guys
stats.
think. Ravens fans, I expect a little love from you guys for sticking up for your boy.
No, don't count on it.
To me, it's insane that that they have Dak on here over him. That's crazy, in my opinion. I mean, the guy was MVP 2 years ago. So now we will. Any other people you want on there? The Derek Carr thing was a good one. I think he could be at 10. I think him or Lamar at 10 would be good.
Yeah, I agree.
What's going on, Browns fans? The action never ends at DraftKings Sportsbook, especially this summer. With tons of ways to bet on all your favorite sports, you can fuel your fandom and feel the heat of the season like never before. Plus, right now, DraftKings Sportsbook is giving new customers a risk-free bet up to $1,000. It's a lot of dough. That's right. Make your first bet up to $1,000, and if it doesn't win, you'll get another shot to cash in. You can throw down on all the major action on baseball, golf, MMA, and more. Plus, with same-game parlays, spreads, money lines, over-unders, and props, your betting options never feel endless. Best of all, DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. You can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code TPPN. Make your first deposit and get a risk-free bet up to $1,000. That's promo code TPPN only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Look forward to betting with you soon, and minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. God bless.